This is the Voice of Russia World Service. At 23 hours UTC, we continue transmissions to Latin America in the 31-meter band shortwave. You can also hear us on digital radio in London, UK. Please stand by for the news on the hour, followed by other features. For more information on our broadcasts, please visit our website at english.ruvr.ru. I'll repeat the address of our website, english.ruvr.ru. Our email address is world@ruvr.ru.
This is the Voice of Russia World Service. The Voice of Russia is broadcasting 24/7 to the whole world on AM, and you can hear us in London on digital radios. We're working for you, and all your suggestions and requests are most welcome. You can reach us at world@ruvr.ru.
This is Moscow. You're listening to the Voice of Russia World Service. Now the news read by me, John Robles. First, the main points. Disgraced Russian oligarch Boris Berezovsky has been found dead near London. Thousands of workers of Cypriot banks have taken to the streets in protest. And Red Square in Moscow, for the first time, was plunged into darkness for Earth Hour. Those are the headlines. Now the news in full. Disgraced Russian oligarch Boris Berezovsky has been found dead in the bathroom of his home near London. According to his lawyer, Alexander Dobrovinsky, the cause of death could be a heart attack. Suicide has also not been ruled out, but there were no signs of violence on his body. Several months ago, the disgraced Russian oligarch wrote a letter to Russian President Vladimir Putin. In it, he apologized to the head of state for the mistakes he had made and asked for permission to return home. This is according to the press secretary of President Putin, Dmitry Peskov. News of Mr. Berezovsky's death first appeared on Facebook in a post by his son, Yegor Shupa. In Russia, Berezovsky was wanted for a number of criminal cases, but according to the official representative of the Russian Investigative Committee, Vladimir Markin, these cases may be closed after the official confirmation of his death is verified. Our correspondent reports from a meeting in Moscow between Federation Council Speaker Valentina Matvienko and Chinese President Xi Jinping that interparliamentary and interregional cooperation between Russia and China will develop rapidly. The Speaker of the Upper House of Parliament said that the policy of Russia and China are struggling to not only preserve the atmosphere of friendship between the two countries and peoples, but also to continue and expand the strategic partnership in all spheres. Matvienko said that Russia intends to rapidly develop the Far East and Eastern Siberia, and that we look forward to cooperation with China in the region. Cypriot authorities have agreed with the EU and the IMF for a tax of 20% on deposits of more than 100,000 euros in the country's largest bank, the Bank of Cyprus, and a 4% tax on deposits of over 100,000 euros in other financial institutions. It's possible that the tax bill will be submitted to Parliament in the near future. An emergency meeting of the Eurogroup is planned for Sunday, where the second plan from last week will be considered. Meanwhile, more than 1,000 employees of Cypriot banks held a protest on Saturday against the threat of liquidation of credit institutions and pension funds. The protests were peaceful. The European Union will review by June the 1st a package of sanctions against Syria, according to the head of European diplomacy, Catherine Ashton. At an informal meeting with the foreign ministers of 27 EU countries in Dublin, they discussed the possibility of removing the embargo on arms to the Syrian opposition. France and Britain want to start arming opponents of Bashar al-Assad. Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, the Czech Republic, and the Scandinavian countries are against this. The countries for it want to supply the insurgents in Syria with shoulder-fired missiles and anti-tank infantry. For the first time in history, the Kremlin and Red Square were plunged into darkness for Earth Hour. At 8:30 Moscow time, all the lights of the Historical Museum, the GUM department store, St. Bathos Cathedral, and part of the Kremlin Wall were shut down. That was the news from Moscow. Thank you very much for listening, and I wish you the best, wherever you may be.
In the Voice of Russia World Service, we present the program Red Line.